A portion of this video is sponsored by LastPass. What's up, YouTube? It's me again. Today we're going to be talking about 10 things that you hopefully didn't know you can do right on your iPhone, particularly an iPhone XS, but if you have an older iPhone, 10R, 10, 8, whatever it is, you could probably do these things also. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The first thing is moving multiple apps at once. In order to do that, you tap and hold on an app, and once they're all jiggling, you move the app around so you get rid of the X, and then you can just tap on a bunch of apps and then they pile on, and there's a little counter there to show how many apps you're moving, and then you can just move them freely. So super easy. The second thing, there is kind of like this secret Japanese kana keyboard that has dozens of emoticons, I guess you can call them. So go into settings, go into general, go into keyboard, and then add a new keyboard, and you're gonna select Japanese, and then specifically the kana keyboard. And now anywhere in the operating system, in your keyboard, you can tap the globe icon, you bring up the Japanese keyboard, you wait for that little smiley face to show up, you tap it, tap the up arrow, and there you have it. There's dozens and dozens of these super fun and cute emoticons, and you can share and send them anywhere. The third thing, I'm gonna show you how to drop your brightness on your iPhone effectively below 0. So in Control Center, you have the brightness slider that you can go all the way up and all the way down. However, if you go into Settings, and you go into General, and you go into Accessibility, there's something called Display Accommodations. You go in there and toggle on Reduce White Point. You drag the slider up to 100% and then go back into Control Center. And now when you drag your brightness slider all the way down, it's gonna be really, really dark. And then another thing you can do that's cool is you can invert your colors. There's Smart Invert and Classic Invert. I like the Smart Invert. And what's neat is you can actually trigger these on. So instead of going all the way deep into these settings, you go back out into accessibility, you go all the way to the bottom to accessibility shortcut, and you can choose multiple. So we'll turn on Smart Invert and we'll turn on Reduce White Point. And now when you triple click the side button, you're gonna have a pop-up that says accessibility shortcuts, and then you can quickly access them like that. Before we continue with the video, let's hear a quick message from our sponsor, LastPass. LastPass is probably the best password management tool out there. I actually use LastPass when I worked at Mashable. We were required to use LastPass. LastPass takes the headache out of remembering dozens and dozens of passwords and puts them all in one secure place. LastPass relieves the trouble of looking for passwords and anxiety around getting locked out of accounts. With LastPass, you don't have to write, remember, or reset passwords. LastPass allows you to keep track of your passwords easily so you can stay sane. Put your passwords on autopilot with LastPass. LastPass autofills your credentials on mobile sites and apps for iOS and Android. When you open an app or site, LastPass will fill in your username and password for you, making it fast and easy to log in. Click the link below to check out LastPass. Thanks again, LastPass, for sponsoring that portion. The fourth thing is Memoji or Emoji Stickers. So traditionally, when you're sending a message to a friend, you have all of those kind of like app icons. And if you go into an emoji, you can drag and hold while you're smiling or you're frowning, and you can use those facial expressions as stickers. So you pose, and then you press and hold and drag, but make sure to drag onto a message, and then the receiving end sees the sticker, and yes, it covers the message, which is kind of crazy. And again, you can do this with your Memoji, or you can do this with any of the Animoji. It's pretty cute. I've been using iOS for a decade and I still have trouble typing, but luckily there's something called a one-handed keyboard. So to turn on one-handed keyboard, you're gonna go back into settings, of course, go into general, and then go to keyboard. And then there's something called one-handed keyboard, and you can turn it on if either you're left-handed or right-handed. And then when you go back into your messages, you'll notice that the keyboard is now shifted over. So you can disable it by tapping the arrow, but if you want to quickly get it back, you press and hold on the globe and the shortcuts will come up right there. And again, there's the left-handed and right-handed. And notice that when you press and hold on the globe, it enables you to select between the various keyboards that you have enabled too, which is nice. Up next, we're going to talk about peeking and popping into messages on your lock screen. So you probably know about swiping over and you have your options, but if you press and hold or force touch on a message, you can open it right on your lock screen. You can respond to the message and then get rid of it by swiping up, and you didn't even have to really unlock your phone and go to your home screen. You can just answer a message right from there. And tapping view does the same thing. You're basically like accessing messaging right from your lock screen, and then once you're done sending the message, you dismiss it and you carry on with your day. Number 7 is the native photo capabilities built right into your iPhone. So the first thing I want to show you is when you select a photo and you go to crop it, Apple's doing some AI work there, or it's going to kind of straighten your photo for you. This is pretty cool. I don't use this all the time, but if you take a photo of like a landscape or buildings or something, and you were just off axis a little bit, the Photos app will use artificial intelligence and straighten the photo for you, which is pretty cool. And you access that simply by tapping the cropping tool, and Apple will do it automatically. It will automatically kind of adjust the photo for you. It's pretty wild. And then the editing capabilities, so you tap on this little dial down there, and then there's a drop down next to light, and you have brilliance, exposure, highlights, all of these different options that you can adjust right from the camera app. So before you bring it into your favorite photo editing app, you can get some fine tuning done right here. Number 8, you can scan and sign documents right from your iPhone using the Notes app. So if you go into the Notes app, you'll notice a little plus icon on the bottom there. You tap that plus, you do scan documents, grab your document, scan it. It does an excellent job of scanning documents. And then once your document is scanned, you're going to go back and you're going to tap that little share icon. On the bottom there, you're going to see something called markup. You tap markup, and markup allows you to draw on the image if you want to. And then there's a button you can tap. You select add a signature, and then you could drop a signature right on there. And these are PDFs. So when you share them or airdrop them, they are already in the PDF format, which is wonderful. And fun fact, this scanning capability also works on photos, which is pretty cool. So instead of just taking a picture of the photo, it's like scanning it as a document, and it'll adjust all of the planes for you, it's very cool. Number 9, the ability to change the brightness intensity of your flashlight. So normally you can go into Control Center, you can tap the flashlight and it turns on or off, but if you force touch the flashlight, you can change the intensity level. And number 10, last but certainly not least, is the ability to change the frame rate of your videos. Time and time again, I see people recording at 60 FPS when they're probably never going to slow that down. So you jump into settings, scroll pretty far down into camera, and then record video. And from there, you can change to 720, 1080, 4K. I don't know why Apple doesn't allow you to do this natively inside the camera app. The only way to change the frame rate or resolution of your video is by going all the way deep into these settings and doing it from here. So there you have it, 10 things that hopefully you didn't know you can do on your iPhone. Comment down below if there's something that I missed, something that I should know about to maybe include in a future video. And again, thank you to LastPass for sponsoring a portion of today's video. And that's it from me. If you're new around here, my name is Sam Sheffer. I make videos about technology right here on YouTube. Smash like because you learned something. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll catch you in the next one.